I know cliche at left back, a little inexperienced, but nonetheless, the other three beside him, vastly experienced and will help him along. And he's a talented young lad, there's not a problem with him. I'll be interested to see Gilberto playing from the right. It's rather unnatural, I feel.
He did it at Wolves, and he did it, of course, when Ray Parlour went off in the cup last weekend.
But it is unnatural for him to play there. And it might be interesting, now they have no Jesper Grønkjær, you might have exploited that a little bit had they had him. But Gilberto's pretty good defensively, but what will he give them on the attacking side? I don't know. But then again, Arsenal's right-hand side down here doesn't provide an awful lot anyway. The majority of the stuff comes from the other side of the pitch. Now, who's going to win today? I think we've got two very, very big sets of big talented footballers. Who wants it most might be the key.
Early start, but plenty of early risers. Everybody wanted to make sure that they would be here in time to take their seat for the clash between the two London Championship contenders. Not the only contenders in the race, of course, and they'll be wanting news from Manchester United's lunchtime kickoff as well. Well, this is in the tunnel. Strive to win and shun defeat. No better day for Chelsea to look that motto in the eye and say, let's go out and win and close the gap.
Well, they've got a lot to prove, not only to themselves, I think, but to the supporters who are here in this ground, predominantly blue and white, because they were, I think, hurting last week after the criticism that rightly they took for their lack of second-half performance. And there's nothing better that they get this opportunity so quickly to do something about it. And there's a lot of big names there in blue shirts who, you know, I think have got a bit of making up to do.
Well, 6 days is a long time in football. Many of these players have travelled far and wide in the cause of their countries since they faced each other at Highbury last Sunday. Well, now they face a fixture of paramount importance in the Premiership. You know the mathematics. Should Chelsea lose, the subsequent 9-point gap will be very difficult to overcome. Never mind what targets Manchester United might set. But a Chelsea win would reduce it to just 3. And of course show that the hitherto unbeaten league leaders are not invincible. At the moment they are, with this extraordinary Premiership run. 13 years ago, just for the record, the only other season Arsenal reached February undefeated in the league, it was here at Stamford Bridge. That wonderful run was ended by Chelsea, but Arsenal still went on to win the Championship. It was their only defeat of George Graham's team 13 years ago. Well, this is Chelsea's chance to put themselves right in the Championship frame. But to do so, they have to take 3 points from Arsenal for the first time in 17 league games. It is a very big one at the Bridge. And you can see it all live right after the break.
Life is great and life is fine, 'cause I met a girl and no one likes you.
You're annoying me a lot now.
You know, we've got so much in common. We like eating, drinking, yoga.
Yoga?
Shh. I'd like to go to a yoga class. Beginner. I see myself as more of an intermediate, actually. A bunch of ladies going, how hard can it be?
Bringing the arms behind the back into prayer position. Don't forget to breathe.
That's chiropractors. CHIROPR.
Your call means a lot to us.
My bank gives me nothing but recorded messages after 8 o'clock.
Hello, Mr. Mason.
Result, my blood pressure goes up. Mr. Mason, you're absolutely fine.
Talk about tense, nervous headache. There's got to be another way.
Want my diagnosis, love? Try another bank.
Good evening, Foxtrot Lima. You're now clear to order. All McDonald's pound save menu items under £1.
99p with chicken sandwich, the fries, and the Coke.
Roger that. Hold your position. You're now cleared for collection.
Serving every single day.
That's chiropractors. See.
Now you can also call Yellow Pages 118 24/7. Whatever business or service you want 24/7.
OR.
Man eats hat. The end. It's a mini adventure.
Look, mate, if you ever get a girlfriend, I'll eat my hat.
You know what really turns me on? Is short, ugly, balding men who drive minis. Oh.
3 big games, 3 channels, 1 Super Sunday. At 11:30, the Second City Derby, Villa v Birmingham. Pay-per-view on Premiership Plus. Next, an FA Cup replay. Portsmouth, Liverpool. Goal! 2 o'clock on Sky Sports 2. And then, back to the Premiership. Spurs take on Leicester City. 4 o'clock on Sky Sports 1. Non-stop football tomorrow on Sky Sports and Premiership Plus.
Destination Football. Ford Football Special.
Friendly greetings between the players, as you saw in the tunnel, and between the managers pitch side. We're at Stamford Bridge for third against first in the Barclaycard Premiership. We're interactive. Player cam. We'll start with who else? Thierry Henry. Chelsea say, if they don't win today, you can forget the title. Here's Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Thanks, Ian. Well, Chelsea need 90 minutes along the styles of the 45 that they produced in the first half at Highbury when they scored 1, and but for a wrongly raised flag, would have scored 2. How they melted away in that second half was a mystery on the day to Claudio Ranieri. But maybe not to Arsene Wenger, who yet again saw the tremendous spirit that goes with the skill in the Arsenal ranks. They lock horns again here. And Gaël Clichy playing his 14th game for the Gunners, surely his biggest so far, instead of Ashley Cole. A bit of misjudgment by Vieira. Jeremy back in the Chelsea ranks. And an early chance for Gudjonsson, a goal! 27 seconds! Chelsea know what's at stake today, and they've gone out and they have delivered.
Well, what a mistake from Patrick Vieira. Really early part of the match mistake, lack of concentration. And because Lauren's gone high up the pitch and expecting to get the ball, he isn't there. It's a decent ball in. They get a bit of luck with the flick, because Mutu, I think's looking for goal, but he doesn't get enough on it. And that's why Gudjonsson's been picked. Such an accomplished finisher. He's not phased here. He doesn't get nervous. He doesn't get too excited. He just calmly side foots it past the goalkeeper. He couldn't have scripted it any better, Claudio Ranieri. The lead again, but can they keep it?
Heide Gudjonsson, his 10th game against Arsenal. It's the first time he's scored against them. And what an injection of early life into Chelsea's performance here. Chelsea 1, Arsenal 0. The unbeaten record is very much on the line. John Terry up for the corner, which Mutu takes, and William Gallas. Perhaps too advanced position by the near post, but not tracked.
Still should have been marked, yeah. Still should have been marked. Well, as you said, they do have marvellous spirit. They have more than good players, Arsenal. But, you know, you cannot keep giving the leads away and hoping to claw them back. And they've given themselves a problem.
Lauren. Bergkamp. Away by Terry. Clichy to link with Pires. Edu did a very strong job as a substitute for Ray Parlour in the second half, certainly helped Arsenal's comeback at Highbury, but this is Stamford Bridge. Bergkamp, Lauren. Comes off Henry, and his French colleague, although not on Wednesday because Henry missed the international as well as last Sunday's cup tie. William Gallas put it away.
A little example there that if Chelsea are not careful and don't break the game up, the Arsenal will pass the ball around them. It's a nice passage of play there. They got Thierry Henry in. It may sound stupid, but an early goal sometimes can do negative things to a team. And Chelsea have got to hope that's not the case.
Pires with the corner. She's on the low side. Bergkamp. Pires have got back onside. In the end, Henry had the shot. Ball didn't really drop for him. Then Campbell drives goalwards, and Neil Sullivan gets plenty behind him.
Two decent hits. Henry and Campbell. Henry's blocked. Campbell saved. What a cracking start, though.
Clichy just got there. Mutu was in behind him had he not done so. Mutu then getting on the ball. Here's Makalele. Lampard. Scott Parker making his home debut. Lampard beckoning Melchiot forward for the cross. And it's one of the hits. A tentative Edu. And Chelsea have another corner.
Just a little edgy at the back. But on the ball, Arsenal have started really well. Confident, passing it, moving. But just look a little edgy at the back.
In there hunting.
Well, no, Carlo Cudicini. You need to be happy with this early touch. It's a decent save, this, because it's a good strike. First one here gets blocked from Henry. It's a half a chance, but good block from Melchior. This could have any deflection here would have caused the goalkeeper a real problem. But good handling. Scott Parker again pressing, just like he tried to do with Reyes last weekend at the first goal, but didn't quite get there.
Neil Sullivan yet to concede a Premiership goal for Chelsea. This is his fourth game. Well, he's the young man who turned it round last Sunday, Jose Antonio Reyes. And he started in place of Henry. He has to wait for the call at Stamford Bridge.
Just thinking of Claudio Ranieri, not so much is written and spoken about him, but what a little glow it must give you if you're a manager when you make a big decision like he had to make in leaving Hasselbank out, particularly a Stamford Bridge game, and bringing Idiger Johnson in his place, and he gets a goal, what, 25 seconds in?
Well, let me just add to that, Andy. Gronkier, an erratic crosser of the ball, out. Jeremy in. Jeremy's cross.
Good Johnson's finish. Not bad, eh?
2 up to the manager, 1 up to Chelsea. Bridge, who had more perhaps than was scheduled, almost 70 minutes for England. I think Sven-Göran Eriksson got his sums wrong. The deal was for the players playing Saturday lunchtime to play 45, but of course the Ashley Cole scenario complicated the left-back job for the national team. Pierre had almost an hour for France in Belgium. They won 2-0.
Congested in midfield, as you'd expect, Chelsea being so narrow, and Arsenal with Gilberto as the widest of the midfield players, it is going to get a bit narrow and congested in there.
Lauren, so Lampard in quickly to win it back, but Bridges made it into a space that Chelsea couldn't quite fill first, and Mutu was quick to close down Lauren, who was Chelsea's scorer, of course, in the cup match.
Free kick there, little nudge from Dennis Bergkamp.
England's representative in the Euro 2004 finals, Mike Riley, is the ref today, and so the two linesmen go to that tournament as well, Phil Sharp and Glenn Turner. Mutu takes. That's Glenn Turner on the far side. Phil Sharp, so he's an assistant referee on the World Cup final. It's any bigger than that. Well, Chelsea penning Arsenal back. Gilberto penalised.
Well, I think it's strike. Well, it's still a bit unsteady if you were Chelsea. Try and put the pressure on.
Taken by Mutu. I think Lehmann would say that wasn't troubling, and it was probably wasted by Mutu. Crowd got interested, but not the players.
Very much so. A lot of players come across the front. You see them all near post. But that is a waste at this level. And it never ceases to amaze me why people who score goals come away out wide to take free kicks.
Ori. Does that sort of thing as well. Lampard. Flag up against Adrian Mutu.
Oh, it must have been just. I'll tell you what, he didn't need to be. I think he just drifted a fraction early, but he'd a great position behind Kolo Toure. Look, he's in a brilliant position. And Lauren can't do anything about it except stick his hand up. It's an opportunity for him.
There's a bit of a feisty moment after that between Mutu and Jens Lehmann. One or two legacies from last Sunday. Arsenal felt that Mutu could have been more severely punished for the incident when he got a yellow card for crashing across into Ashley Cole. Bergkamp. There were 7 bookings by Paul Durkin in that match, 6 of them in the first half. Mike Riley's doing a bit of calming here between John Terry and Dennis Bergkamp.
Yeah, I hope he's a good game, the referee, because I'd hate him to spoil it.
Lauren. Pires straying from the left-hand side and leaving some space for Clichy. Edu naturally left-footed. Won't be uncomfortable with the ball here. Gilberto. What a straining header by Gallas.
Goalkeeper might help William Gallas a little there. I think he was just having a word with Gallas, whether he couldn't be heard, whether he did shout, but certainly the defender could have done with a bit of help from his goalkeeper.
Edu. Campbell, who missed the England game with a groin strain. John Terry had a shin injury. Opportunity not for others in Faro.
I'll tell you what, Arsenal high up the pitch there. And Johnson not really under any pressure. Mutu again was getting his run wrong.
Lauren. An early ball from Bergkamp. He's dropped it over Melchiot. Henri, it's a very difficult ball to strike as it drops, but certainly within his range to come close, which he did.
Wondered. Left side's his weaker side, but such is the confidence of the man. Glorious crossfield pass. Tries to put pressure on, Melchior does. It's a decent enough attempt. Cleanly struck.
Of course, Reyes got in behind Mario Melchior, didn't he, for the winner last weekend. Edu. Reactions by Makalele. Player who represented France in midweek, and he got over 70 minutes, so not every country is as generous to club managers in the Premiership as Sven-Göran Eriksson is. No doubt Sven is here somewhere.
I'm amazed if he wasn't.
Bridge with a throw. The referee deciding maybe the good Johnson didn't make much of an attempt to play the ball. Gilberto. Vieira. It's all tight, but it's good from Chelsea's point of view.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what's helping Chelsea a little is how much of the game's been played here, near side, Mark, which is, you know, Arsenal's weakest side, I think, productively. There's been very, very little down the left.
Edu, who told me after the Wolves game that he'd never seen Gilberto play on the right before that day. So he's rather filling in that flank for Arsene Wenger. They could switch Pires and Gilberto into the middle, but put Edu on the left. He's on the left now. Free kick is Arsenal's way now. It's not a throw.
No, Linesman was having nothing to do with it. Couldn't have been closer. Well, he likes a tackle, and that's important. In Chelsea, that they do tackle, they do break up the play.
It's good tracking back by Gudjohnsen. Here's a matter not just of achieving this lead, of sustaining it. Bergkamp, Vieira, not scored this season, has now. 1-1, a captain's contribution.
Sign of a great player. You make a mistake and cost your side a goal, so do something about it. My goodness, didn't you do something about it? They've absolutely carved them open, Chelsea. Gallas and Terry, look at Terry dragged out. The run from Perez leaves a huge hole that Melchior sees far, far too late. Doesn't get across, and it's a brilliant pass from Dennis Bergkamp, because the key is, don't give your captain anything to do but strike it. Don't give them a problem of controlling it. And such is the quality of Bergkamp's ball that Vieira can concentrate on finishing it, and finishing it he does. Great football, absolutely top class.
Well, dare you say it, championship winning football. Certainly a significant moment on a potentially significant day. We're talking about Chelsea wanting to break the play up and stop Arsenal settling on the ball. Well, they couldn't do that there. And Dennis Bergkamp, who had the full 90 minutes against Chelsea on Sunday, which is a rarity these days, and played very well indeed, has justified staying in the side, I suppose, ahead of Reyes, who might feel that he had a claim with Henry returning. As much as you can do with a ball from deep, it was put on a plate for Vieira, certainly to shoot. And the captain not only shot, but he scored, and it's Chelsea 1, Arsenal 1. And it's an opening quarter hour of high quality at Stamford Bridge, and high drama as well. Parker. You often talk to Patrick Vieira, and maybe Henry does as well, about why he doesn't shoot more often. It's just something he's not comfortable with, and that making runs ahead of the front men, not something you see very often, but there's emergency stations for Arsenal. The goal down at Stamford Bridge. Makalele. Parker. Here's Jeremy round the back, clearly onside. Gudjohnsen to strike again, but Clichy somehow threw himself in the line of the header.
Don't think he knows a lot about it, the young full-back, but he does enough. And this time the flag does stay down, and it's again another good ball in from Jeremy, who looks up. This is deliberately picked out. And Clichy's almost got his back to Gudjohnsen. He gets something in the way.
Well, needs some attention. Harry Lewin on.
you see it, man? The incident?
Well, John Terry is perhaps the... I didn't actually see the point of contact.
No. Very much accident, wasn't it? I'm just coming down, just catching him.
Arsenal, for the moment, down to 10 men and a corner to defend. Lehmann having problems with the ball and with Mario Melchiot's presence. Chelsea are sure that it should be a corner.
Well, we did ask. The referee was convinced it was Melchiot who got the final touch.
Touch from Terry. Melchiot's back pass. Arsenal get the free kick, they also get their full complement back. So it's a quick patch-up job from the medical men. Tim Sonics, the doctor, was down with Gary Lewin as well. Well, some confidence from Gail Clichy, who's been getting rave reviews from within the Arsenal camp.
It was certainly a cold light run, wasn't it?
What they've been having to teach him is how to play left-back in a 4. He did have some first-team football with Cannes in France. And it was, though, as a wing-back rather than an out-and-out left-back. And he's clearly a fast learner. He's certainly a fast player. Perez. It's confident football from Arsenal in tight circumstances. They've worked it to Lauren. Terry heads away. Edu's shot takes a deflection.
Yeah, that could have been costly. It wasn't a huge deflection, and it almost just spins over the goalkeeper here. But again, they're exploiting those areas where they can get full-backs into wide positions with the ball in good positions. So Lampard, who makes the block, an attempted block, very close.
Chelsea have pulled over Mutu back to defend the corner. It is the responsibility of Henry. Oh, Sullivan's missed it, and Edu puts it in. It's a quick turnaround for Arsenal against Chelsea. It's all happened inside 20 minutes.
Well, goalkeeper, terrible mistake from Neil Sullivan. Absolutely terrible misjudgment here. And they had a chance to deal with it. Back post, it gets all messy in each other's way, and Good Johnson not really looking at the ball, almost turning away from it. The ball drops beautifully right where Edu wants it, on his left foot, and it's a pretty neat and tidy finish. But Neil Sullivan should be dealing with that.
Second league goal this season for Edu, both against Chelsea.
Well, they've got that. Here we go again, feeling Chelsea. Another lead against Arsenal lost. And this time, no, pretty quickly.
Jeremy. Makalele. The equalizer, brilliant football. The second Arsenal goal. It's a personal problem for Neil Sullivan. Standing in for Carlo Pedicini. It's 250th game of his career. He's certainly been around a long while. Wimbledon and then Tottenham, of course, Scotland international. Jeremy. But it's well, a crumb of comfort for Chelsea. Plenty of recovery time.
And he'll be looking for a better response than he got last weekend when his team went 2-1 down. They virtually disappeared. And as I said right at the top, there's a lot of these Chelsea players today that the supporters will be looking at saying, OK, big money's been spent on you, big wages are being paid to you, time to deliver in a big, big game. And this is a big, big game for them. Arsenal have used the ball when they've had it really, really well. The quality, the passing and movement really has been top class.
Terry. Gallas. There's an early run for Perez to pinch. Lampard trying to get Chelsea going again. Bridge. Roberto certainly able to stand firm against Wayne Bridges' desire to get forward. We know what a good crosser of the ball he is from the Chelsea left. And right back is Mario Melchior. Parker. He's in the last side to beat Arsenal in a London derby. It's Charlton, of course. Well over 2 years ago, 25 London derbies without defeat. Arsenal, that's another record that Chelsea are trying to challenge today. Parker. Edu looking up, no eyes in the back of his head. Bridge.
Offside.
Against Mutu.
You see Scott Parker's problem at times. He wants to get involved so much that he's all over the place in a little bit of time, and I think it's dangerous because that area of the pitch, as we've talked about, is an area that Arsenal do exploit a lot, and he leaves that right-hand side because of his desire to get involved.
Of emotional extremes for both teams, and terrific entertainment from the neutral point of view.
Frustration from Adrian. Mutu as well put in there because he shouldn't be offside again. There's not much in it. Look how high up the pitch Arsenal are again. A little bit of thought. He might well have been in 2 or 3 times, Adrian Mutu.
Bergkamp. Vieira takes it from him. Clichy. This is Perez. Enjoying the relayed Stamford Bridge surface, its second game here since the new carpet went down. Arsenal. Gilberto. Another footwork from Bergkamp. Lauren rather cleared Bergkamp's path then, easing Lampard out of the way. Mike Riley spotted that. Mutu. He lacks nothing when it comes to industry. Works the full width of the pitch. Parker flattening Vieira.
Well, there's a tackler. And if you roll the ball to Patrick Vieira outside the penalty area where he's back to goal, and Parker's around, he's going to tackle on that one. Not his best. He's a little lucky. He wouldn't get a yellow card for that, clattering in like that. I just think next tackle, he gives a free kick away for Scott Parker, might find himself booked.
So we're just another word in his ear from Mike Riley to that effect. Well, it's a mistake by Terry, redeemed by Bridge. It's a fine ball forward to good Johnson, good football from Chelsea involving Lampard and Jeremy as well.
No, that's never getting there. And good width, he's tucked down in his right-hand side. If he looks up, you see Scott Parker. Loads of space. Just wrong choice.
Henry. Vieira. And Parker, I think understandably, was just a little tentative when he had a tackling opportunity there.
Bit theatrical from Edu.
Yeah, just filling in at the back, Kolo Touré, and sucked in forward. Lauren. Henri was wandering back. It's like a coaching class from him. That's as it stands at the moment. Top of the Barclaycard Premiership. Still inside the first third at Stamford Bridge and Old Trafford.
That was a little get your own back tackle. I don't think there's any coincidence that that was coming along.
Certainly a duel to keep an eye on. Patrick Vieira's been sent off at Stamford Bridge on 2 occasions in his career. Two, and Lehman comes with the fists. Good solid contact. Retrieving done by Jeremy. With Johnson. Jeremy's behind Lauren. Good reading of the intentions of the African by Sol Campbell.
Good football. Neat and tidy, 1-2. Might have done better, Jeremy.
He's worked some good positions,
yes,
though,
he
hasn't
has.
he? It's a source of encouragement for Chelsea. Jeremy on the ball again. Bridge. And Lawrence struggling. For what's contact, it was surely outside, but Bridge ended up on the deck in the penalty area. Mike Riley waves away the Chelsea protests.
Well, it's interesting to see if anything was made. I mean, that's a free kick. I don't know why Mike Riley doesn't see that. Otherwise, it's an outrageous dive. It's a free kick, he just didn't see it.
Makalele. No boot by Vieira, but it made contact with the ball. One of Vieira's red cards was Arsenal's last league visit here. And it finished 1-1. Arsenal equalised when they had 10 men. Henri. And between them, Gallas and Melchior curbed the massive threat that is Thierry Henry.
Well, I think Gallas realised he had to go and help his mate. Henry likes 1v1s. He'd have fancied himself against Melchior on his own.
Bergkamp has gone looking for the ball at every conceivable opportunity.
That's two-footed. He got away with it. It was low.
Safety first from Touré, who scored that equaliser for Arsenal in the fixture last season, which was his first goal for the Gunners. Parker. She was flipping away at him.
Well, raised with signals for a free kick. This was annoying. One or two Chelsea players.
Jeremy. Lampard trying to keep it going. Maybe one forward runs enough for Patrick Vieira. You can keep an eye on his movement for the time being via player cam if you're a Sky Digital viewer. And using the red button on the remote. Good Johnson. They had to be very careful.
Yeah, foot was out. I'm pretty sure the ball wasn't. But just a bit narrow. It's a decent ball through, and this time Mutu stays on side, but you can see the right foot come out, but the ball quite clearly doesn't.
the assistant on the far side was perfectly placed to rule on that. Gilberto. John Terry with a bit of sorting out to do, and he continued to forward run. Parker.
It's going to be a bit narrow. See what Scott Parker's playing now. There's nothing on ahead of him. Even Wayne Bridge now, nothing on ahead of him. He'll have to go infield time and time again.
Oh, he just got a little bit of Jeremy as well as the ball. Parker. Pass. Stayed in by the corner flag. Markiot was a bit surprised at that. It's got a long way to get back. Gilberto, happily for him, Arsenal exploring avenues on the other side of the pitch, and Markiot is far enough back to deal with a misplaced crossfield pass from Henry.
You can see that. I think what that tells you is the difficulty that Chelsea have had in crafting any chances. I think the times they've used the ball okay, but they really have lacked real width apart from the fullbacks. It's always difficult.
Jeremy. Bridge, and maybe a little deflection off Toure.
There was. But not sufficient pace in it, really, to deceive the goalkeeper. Again, it's the full-backs who are providing the width.
Well, the Chelsea philosophy should be look left, look left. Makalele. John Terry.
Well, they're looking for offside. And your first thought is he must be, because there's so much space, but he keeps his position really well. And he's not. But he just, as it drops, he has to wait for it. It's on his weaker side, and he just doesn't get the sufficient power. Tries to side foot it at the end.
Here comes Lampard. Touched away by Campbell.
And this is better though from Chelsea, a little bit of pressure and managing to sustain it.
Again, the danger coming from the left-hand side. And when Terry, he was looking for goal, quite rightly so, but if he'd squared it across, it was Gallas. It was centre-backs to the fore for the home side then. Gallas would have had a tap in. And Makalele fires run into the crowd.
Frustrated.
Those attempts have suddenly gone up for Chelsea.
That's been the best little spell.
Parker just reacting to a slight miscalculation by Terry. Just under 10 minutes to go to half-time. A real capital contest. Lauren. Just looked vulnerable defensively. Whether he's unsure was Gilberto in front of him. As we've stressed a couple of times, it's not really a position that Gilberto knows inside out. Chelsea a goal up inside 30 seconds. 2-1 down on the 20-minute mark. Where do we go from here?
Well, in fairness, the response has been good. I think he would be delighted, Claudio Ranieri, at the response of his team. They must have been shocked to go 2-1 down, cleared their heads, and they've had a good little spell in the game.
Sunday Premiership Plus 11:30. 11:30. Note that Aston Villa against Birmingham. Channel 433 pay-per-view offering. And FA Cup action. Sky Sports 2. Portsmouth against Liverpool. That's a fifth-round replay, of course. On the weekend they were supposed to meet in the Premiership. This is Premiership football. Tottenham against Leicester. Triple header for you tomorrow. One means or another. Sky Sports 1. White Hart Lane.
He's just a bit been on the periphery of this game, Thierry Henry.
Toure, who's quicker than Good Johnson, and no one knows that better than Ida Good Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, I can only suggest that the arm there is the reason. You're always going to get contact like that.
And what can Chelsea come up with here from Mutu's free kick? That's a miss hit by Clichy. Perez prevents the corner. Makalele able to take it down. Lampard, still plenty of players forward for Chelsea.
Nothing here, nothing left side though. He was looking.
I feel it's been a good spell of Chelsea possession. There's a time Arsenal were looking threatening every time they got the ball. They're not looking threatening simply because they haven't had any realistic possession in the middle third, let alone the attacking third. Chelsea have upped it. Parker playing his part in that. Gallas, he's a centre-back with a sense of adventure, no doubt about that.
Just a little surprised that he's the one that's gone up there like that to get involved, and they've left Henry with John Terry and Wayne Bridge, because I think the Frenchman would fancy his chances of a ball over the top against the two of them. And he's got pace to, well, I think he'd fancy keeping up with Henry. Well, good possession, as we said. They've not quite been able to put the finishing touch to anything.
So it's a fine chance for John Terry, really. Made a bit of a habit of scoring goals against Arsenal in the past. I think his last Stamford Bridge goal was against the Gunners in that FA Cup quarter-final replay when he scored for both sides almost a year ago. Mutu. Had a good midweek. Adrian Mutu scored twice for Romania.
Yeah, he's looking for a free kick here, but I don't think he's going to get it.
His goals internationally came against Georgia. Lehmann was a substitute for Germany, but not on the pitch. Jeremy. Gilberto Edu lost the chance to click into gear once more. Perez, Henry. First touch denied him the opportunity.
The only surprise for me that Perez looked for the pass at all. I thought it was there, control and hit on his left side.
Lampard.
That's the threat. You can have possession and possession, but when Arsenal just click up the gear, win the ball like that, 2 or 3 passes and they're through you.
Good Johnson. Half-time approaching at Stamford Bridge. Mutu's back heel.
That'll be a dive. That'll be a booking for a dive. That'll be a booking, but it's for a dive. It ain't a penalty. We saw the referee wasn't going to give a penalty.
We saw Jesper Grønkjær get a yellow card here in the Charlton match recently. Exactly the same sort of thing.
Seemed to be looking for it. Isn't a doubt there. Yeah, I mean, all Toure's doing, if you watch the left leg trying to come out the way, there you go.
He's a good player, but it wasn't a moment that did him particular credit. I suppose players will say if we get the penalty and it's 2-2, the end justifies the means, but I don't subscribe to that point of view.
No, it was one of those ones where he runs in, he puts his foot there and doesn't take it out of the way. No, there is contact, but he made the contact.
New meaning to the word Ida down.
I wasn't, actually, but you were.
Lauren. Here's Pires, found by Henry. Deflects off John Terry for an Arsenal corner. They'd like to have a bit of a spell at this end of the pitch. Chelsea pumped up and they're pushed up since they went behind. Neil Sullivan will hope that if it comes anywhere within his range that he can deal with this one. Taken by Pires. Suddenly Arsenal had plenty going near post. Gallas. Andy, the statisticians tell me that Arsenal haven't conceded a goal in the last 15 minutes of the first half in the Premiership game all season.
Good levels of concentration there, no?
Terry. Beefed it a bit too much away from Gudjonsson, who was pleased with the intention.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Claudio Ranieri does at half-time. I'm not sure that his midfield quartet worked as well as he would have liked. He's done some good things, but hasn't quite, I think, been the right blend.
Lampard. Parker playing from inside to out on the right of Chelsea's midfield. Lampard trying to just lure Edu in. Down towards stoppage time prior to half-time. It's Wainbridge. It's a painful piece of defending for Gilberto. And Arsenal get a free kick. Wouldn't be surprised if Gilberto's been playing in pain right from the start. He got rather taken out playing for Brazil.
But again, it's another scrappy piece of defending from Arsenal. They eventually clear it with that wonderful block, but it's not every now and again. Oh, it's painful, that.
So we're into the 2 extra minutes. Surely say at half-time Arsenal haven't looked quite their usual resolute selves at the back. I mean, given that we are looking at the 2 best defensive records in the Premiership, 3 goals in the first half, plenty of other chances as well. Maybe not the time for Clichy to run with the ball. They're trying to run with it. Mutu, certainly time for him to express himself. Clichy got back. A late first half corner for Chelsea. They scored, of course, very early in this first half. Taken by Mutu. Jeremy wouldn't be the one that you'd pick out, and maybe wouldn't be the one that Arsenal would pick up.
Again, it's a little bit of joy. It's a corner that's come in. It's another header from a Chelsea player, albeit under pressure and stretching. But there's been enough in this game for Chelsea to go in at half-time and say, hey, maybe 2-1, but we haven't done badly.
Top of the table stuff so far. But Neil Sullivan's error and Edu's goal at the moment, the difference between the 2 sides. Patrick Vieira gave the ball away very early, but made up for it with the equaliser. It was Gudjonsson who capitalised on that early Patrick Vieira mistake. And it has been thrilling fare at Stamford Bridge. And at half-time, it's Chelsea 1, Arsenal 2.
Former Chelsea manager is with us to discuss the first half in just a few seconds. 4 times Chelsea have taken the lead against Arsenal under Claudio Ranieri. They've never won yet. What's he going to do about it this time?
UEFA Champions League is back, starting with 2 games Tuesday from 5, Sky Sports 2. Then Wednesday at 6, Sky Sports 2, it's Porto v Man United, the red-hot strike force. Hoping to outgun the Portuguese champions. And on Sky Sports Extra, Stuttgart v Chelsea.
What a finish!
The stars of the Russian Revolution under pressure to shine in Europe, plus 2 games on the interactive service. The UEFA Champions League from Tuesday at 5 on Sky Sports.
The best handling people carrier on the road.
Please move to the forward car. We got a bug in the electrical system. We got a bug in the electrical system.
Men in Black 2, tonight at 7, 8, 9 and 10 on Sky Movies.
Chelsea 1, Arsenal 2 at half-time. Out at the break, former Chelsea striker Bobby Tambling. He once scored 4 goals in a game for Chelsea against Arsenal. How Chelsea could do with a couple of his goals this afternoon. The Champions League kicks off again on Tuesday. We've coverage from 5 o'clock with Lokomotiv Moscow against Monaco, followed by Sparta Prague against the holders AC Milan. And then on Wednesday from 6, some huge games. Porto against Man United, that's on Sky Sports 2. Stuttgart against Chelsea on Sky Sports Extra, and 2 other games on Sky Sports Extra Interactive. This afternoon then, Chelsea are trailing Arsenal by 2 goals to 1. They often take the lead and then lose to Arsenal. Will it happen again? We're interactive. The player cam to start with is Adrian Mutu. He needs to do something. Glenn Hoddle is our guest this afternoon. We'll get Glenn's thoughts after the second half, and after, of course, we've heard about what's happened at Old Trafford. Very significant things happening there this afternoon. It's still 0-0 between Manchester United and Leeds, where Leeds haven't won for 23 years. Mark Viduka not playing today for Leeds because of that ban from Australia. Second half then, Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Here come Arsenal. Still going strong, but they were, of course, at this stage last season. Then they hit that spell of just 2 wins in 7 games, and the Premiership trophy, instead of staying at Highbury, went back to Old Trafford. Patrick Vieira and company determined not to let that happen again. And one of his old pals, Manu Petit, now of Chelsea, of course, is doing a spot of television work for French channel because he's not fit to represent Chelsea against his old club. Don't forget the complexity of Champions League commitments resumes next week for the top 3 in England. Arsenal off to Spain, where they have a poor record, but their opponents are having a poor season. Celta from Vigo. The following night, Chelsea lock horns with Stuttgart in Germany, where the weather forecast is sub-zero temperatures. Chelsea start the second half here, hoping to be as forceful in the opening seconds as they were at the beginning of the first. Good Johnson who got that goal. Bergkamp, who has played with much of his old authority. And there were spells, and Chelsea were in front and 2-1 down, where he wasn't getting the ball. This is Frank Lampard. Jeremy to Makalele, to Scott Parker.
Not a quite set, certainly not in his weaker side.
Mutu. To Johnson. Vieira feeling he was just being held a little bit, but it's good pressure by Chelsea, and that's what they need plenty of. Arsenal do get in possession in midfield. Here's Makalele. Coming up against Gudjonsson.
Yeah, just again.
And that's that gap, isn't it, between Lauren and Toure, where Chelsea were finding some joy.
Well, they've worked it. I mean, it's not so much of a gap there, as you can see. It's much, much better. But what they have done is keep a very, very good line for the majority of the match, Arsenal.
Terry. What might concern Chelsea is that apart from taking the corner that Sullivan misjudged, Arsenal haven't had a real contribution yet from Thierry Henry. Oh, Mutu. Clichy caught ball watching. Mutu losing his footing. As he was getting up, Sol Campbell was flying towards him. Good retrieving by Melchior. Parker. Mutu. Campbell called into play again.
That's a positive start. I'm sure the manager would have demanded that. It gets the crowd up.
Kicked out by Clichy, who was particularly relieved that Mutu lost his footing. Here's Bridge. Jeremy's cross. Further than it thought it was going to get. Makelele's shot. Chelsea's corner. Jeremy with the corner. Lehmann, just came in at an awkward height on the left side of Frank Lampard.
And a little bit too quickly. It was at him before he knew it.
And at Bergkamp before he knew it was Scott Parker. Jeremy.
Well, I'm not sure if he meant this ball, or whether this is... He certainly seemed to have a little look. But he does this a lot, Adrian Mutu, the little drag back behind him. I mean, he did get the gap, but you're never going to get that space with the covering defender coming around like Campbell was.
Camp. An apology to Wayne Bridge, who also personally owes Arsenal one. Of course, he was in the Southampton side. Lost to the Gunners in the FA Cup final last May. Mutu. There's certainly some promise about Chelsea in these formative minutes of the second half. Terry. Which came around the outside of Bergkamp, but not Lauren. Makelele. I sometimes say he spurns a difficult pass, but he was looking for a killer ball then towards Gudjonsson.
Yeah, it's good pressure, it's good possession, but they have to make sure they keep the door shut at the back end. Terry and Gallas, when they haven't got the ball like this, have got a job on to be concentrating all the time.
Pires. Mutu. Mutu, second successive weekend, he gets a caution against Arsenal. You're shaking your head, Mr. Gray.
Staggering decision of a yellow card. It was a free kick, but it wasn't any more than that. Gets a bit excited there at times, I think.
Mutu's booking last weekend took him over the threshold, so he misses Chelsea's next game in the league against Manchester City. This is Gudjonsson. Bridge. Here's Lampard. All through Chelsea's efforts or their own policy of trying to soak up the efforts of the opposition so far in the second half. It's another foul by Parker on Vieira.
What Arsenal seem to do ever so well at times is that when you always talk about scoring when you're having a good spell or when you're on top, and the amount of times that Arsenal do that, they've done it today. They haven't by any stretch of the imagination been the dominant force in this game, and yet when they had a very good spell in the game, a 15-minute, 20-minute spell, they got the 2 goals, and since then really Chelsea have been the better side, but they haven't been able to make it count.
Lampard.
I don't know whether it's been deliberate as well, second half. Mutu, as you see, is given really, really good width time and time again on this right-hand side. We talked about how there was a distinct lack of it first half. And whether Claudio Ranieri said to him, you play from there, make sure you get in the box as well.
Melchior. Lampard. And Mutu even then, stayed wide right.
That's a snapshot at the end. You see bottom of the screen, you can see Mutu keeping his position, keeping the width. He could have come here easily. Gets a little bit congested again. It's 4 red shirts in his face, Frank Lampard.
Mutu incidentally misses the Bolton game, and it's Gronka who's suspended from Manchester City, just in case some opposing managers are listening and making a little note for future reference. Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp actually played the last time Arsenal lost in the league at Stamford Bridge, September 1995, that Mark Hughes goal. Others still at the club, but Martin Keown, he's suspended today, probably wouldn't have been involved. Ray Parlour has got a serious knee problem, a legacy of the cup tie against Chelsea last Sunday. Sol Campbell, Clichy. Many moments in the second half when Arsenal have been able to pass the ball around, and even here they're doing it under some challenge, but Lauren prepared to take them on. Bergkamp. Makelele trying to prevent the corner. Bergkamp trying to win the corner. He's not alone in Arsenal's colours. But it's a throw that Lauren and Bergkamp have got between them. Almost 10 minutes gone in the second half. Gilberto. Playing for a free kick, but he hasn't got one. Gudjonsson. Flag was deflected through, but the flag was already up against Lampard.
Well, it only takes once. Just talked about it. They keep an awfully high line, Arsenal today. It only takes them getting caught once.
Easy header for Terry. Henry has turned John Terry. Some help, including helping himself, the Chelsea skipper. Again, the acceleration that Clichy has. Sure, it was a main quality that attracted Arsene Wenger to him. He does believe in players of pace and power. I think the power might come a bit later. He's still got some growing to do.
He's going to have a bit more defending to do second half, because Mutu's definitely been told to play on the right-hand side.
Pires. Also, like Henry, is a name we haven't mentioned too much today.
Well, I mean, you look around the Arsenal side. You know, you tell me who's played great, who's stood out. No one really. But they've got a huge belief in their ability to win football matches. That's the one thing that does stick out. And a huge togetherness about them.
Yes, having sorted out the early problem in fairly spectacular fashion, with 2 quick goals of their own. All about organisation and defensive discipline. Jog across, keeping the shape here. Bridge still unhinged after organisation with a bold break of his own. And he was being impeded. Good free kick from Parker. Scott Parker again, found by Jeremy. Bridge. Lampard's in the middle. Mutu going in. There's a fine defensive header by Gael Clichy. And foul by Gilberto. The force is certainly with Chelsea.
But they do need that goal. They do need it when they're playing like this and when they've got pressure on. Why does no one score? Melchior, Gallas, Mutu, take your pick. Any one of the trio could have got themselves a goal. Lovely ball in. Oh, 2 of them, the 2 defenders that miss it. Maybe a bit high for Melchior, but Gallas has no excuse. I think I'd have intended to head that. It was a good height to head, and he tried to flick it with the outside of his foot.
It's one of those free kicks that will also keep on going into the net directly, as Zola did. So Arsenal's bewilderment last season. Clichy. Gilberto. It wasn't where Henry wanted it. He was running towards the space that Gilberto had left. Makalele. There's going to be a yellow card for Lauren. We're over-exaggerating the closing down.
Another yellow card. I think for not getting away from it, I think the referee actually gave a free kick against him, and they tried to take a quick one. I'm not so sure how Lauren could have gotten 10 yards in that short space of time, but I think he got booked for that.
Had he done so, they should have moved the free kick forward.
They did.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Right. So here's Clichy. Ida good Jonsson.
Oh, you're joking.
He's off.
I told you about this referee.
Chelsea are down to 10 men.
That's a clumsy tackle. Trying to get back in. If it even is that, Mark. If it even is that. It's almost a tangle of legs there. Hardly anything lifted. It always worries me, this referee. Always does.
Well, that is a massive blow to Chelsea. Their goal scorer goes off. Well, it was certainly within Chelsea's remit. 11 against 11, they were playing well enough to suggest if another goal was coming, it would be theirs.
No, it's not the end of the game for them.
Well, they've got to take a leaf out of Arsenal's book in that respect. The Masters are playing 10 against 11.
I mean, I just don't think that, you know, when you're in a game like this, that something like that deserves to be sent off for.
Well, you can say that, but what about the first booking? That's surely that's going to be mentioned all the time now, the dive.
Yeah.
So that's caught up with him, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
Hasn't allowed him the legacy of the challenge. Whether it's worth a yellow card or not, it was risking it when you're already one booking to your name.
But the thing that will keep them in the game as well is that Arsenal aren't at their best today and haven't been.
And Chelsea have got a free kick expert in Jeremy. lifted over the wall. Scored for Cameroon against England from a similar position. You might recall prior to the World Cup finals.
And they're going to make a change, Chelsea.
Jesper Gronkia left out of the starting 11 today. The unlucky player at Highbury, his header should have counted. Comes on for Scott Parker.
Something else you'll have to use to Scott Parker, I guess. Never happened very often at Charlton, getting taken off, I can imagine.
No. Always in the team when fit. Look at Joe Cole, who's been a substitute more often than a starter since he's moved from West Ham to Stamford Bridge. Perez.
I mean, that, just this ragged play from Arsenal, even there.
And again.
That's been for the majority of the way they've played the game. But they did have that excellent spell. Probably when Bergkamp was at his best in the match. I thought Dennis Bergkamp had a really good opening 20-25 minutes. But since then it's been dig in, be solid at the back, and they have been. Back four have played very well, and don't concede.
Mutu. Edu gets a foot to it. Roberto. Bergkamp didn't get there the first time. Before Clichy, but now it's Vieira, and now it's Henry with a chance maybe to run. Gilberto to his right. Henry trying to kid John Terry. But Terry was not for kidding. Read Henry's intentions very well indeed. Bergkamp switching, if you're a Sky Digital viewer, of course, to Dennis Bergkamp.
It was interesting to see what Claudio Ranieri would do, losing the player. A lot of teams would have taken the midfield player off and gotten another striker on, at least to keep two up top. They haven't done that. I think their intention, or his intention, is to try and keep the game as close as possible, and then maybe take a chance later on in the match if he has to.
Henry, who was found by Bergkamp. Perez. Vieira. Work to Lauren. Vieira. And of course now with the man advantage, it's the type of pass it around that Arsenal are very capable of, and were doing in the opening 20 minutes of the game. Bergkamp. Toure. Edu. Now Campbell. Change, of course, with Gronkia coming on has meant Mutu's been relieved of his work on the right-hand side. He's the one player up top for Chelsea.
Arsenal seem to have had the ball for an age here. They must have put 20, certainly plus passes together.
Something that's done in training. Usually get, when the coaches set it up, a goal for every 10 passes you put together. I think Arsenal have got 3 or 4 goals in this passage of play alone. And exercising keeping possession, maybe a bit more at the end of it. But John Terry's had enough. And he can't, for all his goodwill, get Chelsea going, and he flew back in. And his opposing captain. And if he's booked here, I mean a suspension for him. 5th yellow card of the season. It's not too bad for a centre-back coming towards the end of February.
No, he can't have any arguments here. He launches himself into this tackle in a good way away. that's the frustration showing. He's stood and watched his teammates chase the ball there for, must have been a good couple of minutes, as Arsenal just popped it from player to player to player. There's a bit of concern. Patrick Vieira is not the type of player that stays down. A bit of concern around that right knee. Well, it gives us a chance to look back at the goals. An accomplished finish, cool as you like, early in the game. Ball in the match, and a wonderful finish from the captain to get them back in, and then a real howler from the goalkeeper. And a tidy finish. And so far, Chelsea haven't been able to do anything about that.
There has been a goal at Old Trafford. It's been scored by Paul Scholes for Manchester United against Leeds United.
Where have his England goals gone? No, but where have they gone? It's, I just don't understand that.
Well, it was 5 points at the start of the weekend. Could be 5 points still in what, 25 minutes or so time. Clichy caught by Jeremy. Gavas. Terry, for whom it was a 6th yellow card of the season, and here's Melchiot.
And just Jeremy and Gronkier have just switched sides for the moment.
Hats off to Leeds United, unless you're a Manchester United supporter. Alan Smith straight away. If there's anyone who's central to the core of the Leeds cause, it's him. Gronkier now on the left. Melchiot. Actually just happy to clear it. Still at the moment, even with a man advantage, even with a goal advantage, happy to defend that position. Could be a risky policy. Jeremy. Lehmann taking charge. And here's Vieira. He's caught in possession. Terry. We talked all about the pressure on Chelsea at the start. The fact that Claudio Ranieri virtually said if there's no win today, then there's no Premiership title coming to Stamford Bridge. And in these circumstances, Chelsea playing a little bit pressure-free, oddly enough, because obviously the expectation now is all with Arsenal. Pires. Henry. So Roberto coming in from the right-hand side. Left some room for Lauren. He's kept by Mutu. There's also ball spin booked. Not want to go the way of Ida Gudjonsson.
Much different to Ida Gudjonsson's.
There's a distinct lack of ambition about Arsenal's free kick. Clichy.
I think they're just doing enough, Arsenal. You know, they've got the lead, they've got the extra man now, and they're just doing enough. When they get possession, they're content to keep possession rather than looking to go forward in any way. Of course, if they can, they will, but not a priority at the moment. It's just don't concede.
Newcastle scored 2 goals against them, actually lost the game. But, getting 2 against Arsenal has been very, very difficult for all the other teams. That's what Chelsea need at the bare minimum. throw from Melchiot. Makalele, Gallas, Lampard. That's it through Jeremy Melchiot. And Clichy again stuck at it, and it was a good spot, I think, by Phil Sharp.
Substitutions about to be made. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank coming on, but for whom?
Adrian Mutu's coming off.
I'm a little surprised at that. By taking a chance, I thought getting Hasselbank on was the right decision, but I thought keeping him on, Mutu, I mean, might have been the other one to make the decision.
Jeremy is the other player coming off. He's not been short of football. He's played in the African Cup of Nations. He gives way to Joe Cole. Hasselbank incidentally needs 1 for his 100 goals in the Premiership, a milestone that Thierry Henry reached recently. Only Dwight York and Henry, of foreign players, have achieved that milestone. Pires. Lampard got between Gilberto and Henry, fortunately for Chelsea. Bridge. Just broke Hasselbank's way. Touch to trigger off a better contribution from Hasselbank as a substitute, and the one he made at Highbury as a starter last week when he never really got into the game. Coming towards the last 15 minutes. 3 goals in the opening 20 minutes of the match. Kroenke. Still stand firm again.
Just overdid it, far side. A couple of opportunities to put it in. Just a little bit of overplay between Kroenke and Bridge.
Campbell saw that one coming. Pires. Bergkamp is the one making the movement. Henry very static in the top of your picture. Makalele, who has stayed on. Misjudged by Lampard. Vieira hurt himself there. Slipped over the top of the ball. It's been a very conservative second half from Arsenal.
Extremely. I think in a lot of ways. I mean, they haven't had an attempt at goal for one, but they might just be getting one now.
Pires to Gilberto. It is an attempt as a save by Sullivan. Another goal with a man advantage would surely put the game to bed for Arsenal. Obviously going to be possibilities on the counter-attack. Vieira. Edu couldn't quite get across in front of Mario Melchior. Bergkamp. Pires. He's never really in command of the situation. Lampard. Play switch to Kroenke. Got the individual ability to make light of a man disadvantage. He gets a cross in and it's awkward for Campbell. He wasn't sure what was behind him.
No one was the answer because Hasselbank had chased that far back. They got left behind. You look at the halfway lane, Cole and Hasselbank might have just been doing a bit more to get in there. Joe Cole does it late on, but they weren't really busting a gut, I don't think. They're just nearly on.
Chelsea looking for some Stamford Bridge heroics here against the men from Highbury. Headed out by Pires. Lampard. Lehmann twists away. Just one arm, but he got very good distance to his clearance.
Did well, young man. He's a fullback, that is.
Very cool player, isn't he? Clichy. He'll keep Ashley Cole on his toes in years to come.
On his toes now, I think. Having seen him play.
Bergkamp, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. And the digital viewers, of course. Access to that facility and many more via the red button on the remote. It's not the full 90 for Dennis Bergkamp today, and it's a return for Freddie Ljungberg from a cracked rib. There was a section of this match when Bergkamp was the maestro.
And in that period, Arsenal got the 2 goals. The equaliser, hugely important one. And of course, it was Dennis's pass that set up his captain.
Edu. Toure. Just going to keep at it, Chelsea, and hope that when they have to take a risk in attacking, that they can make that count and not be exposed when they do lose the ball. Those risks have to be taken. A draw wouldn't put them totally out of the reckoning. That's what they must be thinking at the moment. And the card's out again. John Terry trying to defend Frank Lampard. Chelsea maybe trying to confuse the issue here.
The district line through Fulham Way is experiencing some slight delays. An alternative is to turn left when leaving the ground and moving to Oxford. Thank you.
Caution confirmed.
No, he doesn't like it, but he loses control and then he tries to retrieve it.
That was the one. Henry with a very quick free kick, and again Sullivan outwits Gilberto, who's got into 2 scoring positions in quick succession and not taken either chance.
Because he doesn't really have ever control of this. Great ball. Wayne Bridge is just fast asleep, but he gets all tangled up with it. Eventually gets out his feet and has the shot, but that was a chance just to put the game to bed.
Perez with the corner. It's Vieira. Ljungberg.
Not free kick.
Not going to count.
A little tug on the shirt from Patrick Vieira. Very close. I mean, it's a decent header. Melchior's got him up nice and tight, but just there he just pulls away at the shirt to get Melchior out the way. The referee saw it. There you go, just grabs at the left arm. You see it, got a whole chunk of the shirt.
Joe Cole's pass. Hammond's header was a very good one as Hasselbank bore down on him. Pires.
Yeah, Makelele shouldn't be losing his tackles like that. And he's in this side to make tackles, to be the holding player, to break the play up. Robert Perez just walked through him there.
Good stretch of the legs by Gronkia.
I think they're unlucky to be behind Chelsea. I think they've had a huge part of this game. I think they've been the better side for most of the game.
And Lauren would do well to get the full distance away. He's carrying a yellow card as well.
So that's there's easily a few players who, knowing that, would have played a quick free kick straight against them and tested the referee.
Testing the Arsenal defence is Hasselbank.
It's a corner.
They're needing all their togetherness, Arsenal, at the moment. They should be holding all the aces. They have the lead. Chelsea have had Gudjonsson sent off in the second half. They've sent on Hasselbank, who takes this corner. Melchiot.
Ball went out, linesman says.
The man at the very top. With an expression that sums up the Chelsea concern. Ljungberg. Pires. The crowd calling for Mike Riley to see that in the same light as the Gudjonsson episode in the first half. Did you see it the same?
No, I mean, he runs into him. I mean, there's more contact. And that's where referees give themselves a problem.
Pires, of course, has been in those incidents in the past. Past Portsmouth for one. Roberto trying to pick out Freddie Ljungberg. Still 1-1 at Old Trafford. Still 2-1 to Arsenal at Stamford Bridge.
Well, at the moment, it's a pretty good weekend for the Gunners.
Campbell. Ljungberg. He's obviously higher up the pecking order than Jose Antonio Reyes. His name was being mentioned every which way last weekend. I haven't seen him today. Vieira. And it was worth the risk. It was close enough coming back, but he was certainly offside. Quick reminder of Sunday football fare for you, Anna Howe. Premiership Plus, Arsenal against Birmingham. FA Cup, Portsmouth against Liverpool, 5th round replay. Winners, of course, play Arsenal. And as Hasselbank and Lehmann sort out the situation where both had to go for the ball. The last of the triple header on Sunday. Tottenham, who are in a great vein of goal scoring. That's not good news for Leicester City, is it? You can see that live as well on Sky Sports. Riley trying to appease some Chelsea unrest around the ground, indicating he's well aware of any time wasting by Arsenal. Gilberto. So we are in the last 5 minutes of regulation time, and there might be a good slice of added time to come as well. A very bitty second half, especially from Arsenal's point of view. Lehmann's given away, by my reckoning, 3 goals with poor kicking in a short time as an Arsenal keeper. But he kicked well enough then at a critical time.
Well, Arsenal are doing certainly doing today what champions do, or potential champions, and they're winning. Well, they're not quite at their best. Huge quality to have.
Yes, and being critical of them, we're mindful of the standards Arsene Wenger sets for his team.
No, I think he would concede that he will see that his team in the future, and has seen in the past, play a lot better than this.
But we're coming to the stage in the season where it is all about results.
Of course it is.
And is it ever not about results, I suppose, but slips at this stage, as Arsenal know only too well, can be extra costly. Edu. For the moment, his goal, the decisive one. Lauren. Gilberto, that's where he has a problem, really. Not comfortable in position, square on. Ljungberg. Henri. Dallas hasn't cleared it until in the end Gilberto plays the ball out off him, and Arsenal have a corner. That'll use up a few more moments.
No hurry to take this, of course, and why should they be? I just feel Chelsea need to leave somebody up. I noticed Jimmy Floyd-Hasselmack, the number 9 there, coming back to do his defensive duties, but I just think with 2 or 3 minutes left, he wants to stand on the halfway line, and at least if the ball's cleared, it gives him an outlet.
That's a touch by Kroenke, who also might have been a candidate to stand on the halfway line with his extra pace. And he helps Chelsea defend.
Chance of 2-1 to the referee from Chelsea fans. I think they're a little frustrated, the home team support, about a few of the decisions that he's made.
Clichy to Toure, the young brigade in this Arsenal team. Vieira, the orchestrator of it, and a scorer today. Edu, likewise. Ljungberg. Oh, and the tackle from Terry took the ball straight to Pires. Henri, aware of the time that's on Arsenal's side. But Cole, all urgency. Too much haste in the end.
Don't know what he saw there. Joe Cole, not quite sure.
Well, Lauren certainly doesn't want the ball at right back for Arsenal. Even angled it towards Gilberto ahead of him. Makelele. Makelele again. A minute plus added time. Trip by Ljungberg.
Well, that was probably a more cynical trip than Gronke's booking, though. Just trying to stop the play, Freddie Ljungberg.
There is Kroenke. Ball breaks for Bridge. Chelsea have a corner. Neil Sullivan has declined the offer to come up for it. He won't stop John Terry being there. Can Arsenal stop him reaching the ball? Hasselbank to take it. Gallas darting in as well towards Lampard in the end. Hasselbank did well to get it back. That's Henri. Cards coming out here, yellow. Added time, 4 minutes.
With Henri's pace. That's why I think it's surprised. It's a nasty tackle, you see that. And that's why you wear shin pads.
Oh, and Henri being told to get away. It's close to aggravating the referee into showing him a second caution in rapid succession. Here's Mario Melchior. I was thinking about hit and hope with a shot. And that's what it turned out to be with an attempted pass.
Frustration for everyone concerned with Chelsea at the moment.
For Ljungberg to settle on the ball. Lampard. They rack up another corner, Chelsea.
What they need is a better corner. You've got to miss the near post here, got to get it over.
Well, they've got a different corner taker. Yeah. We'll see whether he's a better one. Joe Cole.
Keeper's
Lehman tapped it out.
Yeah, good catch.
We started, Andy, by talking about the significance of defeat, if it is defeat for Chelsea, and it's still not certain. There's obviously honour in the way the game has gone, and They've played particularly gallantly with 10 men, but does that change anything? Should they lose the game?
Yeah, I think they're out the title. I don't think Arsenal will concede that many points. I don't think Claudio Ranieri's side will go through the season not losing another game, which they would probably have to do. So I think a combination of both things needing to happen to close a 9-point lead just won't.
2 added minutes still. I think it's fair to say that Arsenal's unbeaten record will stay intact. They'll be furious with themselves if they allow Chelsea, or if Chelsea find a moment of inspiration in the short time that remains.
Doubly joyous in a couple of minutes should they walk into the dressing room and find out that their nearest rivals have dropped a couple of home points. It's got to be played in as quickly as possible.
Bridge. Cole.
A bit more angle on it.
Pires. Henry. We'll just try and take the ball for a run here.
That'll do.
Thierry Henry down to the garage. Who'd have anticipated this? Maybe Chelsea fans with gallows humour, but when Ida Gudjohnsen, inside 30 seconds, put them into the lead on a match described as a must-win by the manager. Bronchian. 30 seconds or so left to save it. Arsenal just inviting him to toss it forward, but the ball is dropped for Bridge. Tigerish work from Lauren. And it's the final whistle, and Arsenal raise their arms to salute. A great day for the Gunners. Many will say they have put an end to Chelsea's challenge. That's certainly not true mathematically. What you can say with certainty, they made it mighty difficult. Still 12 games to go. That error might haunt Neil Sullivan. 9 points now the gap between the 2 London contenders for the title. Arsenal not just still unbeaten in the Premiership, but they have won here at Stamford Bridge. And it's a remarkable but much sorrier sequence for Chelsea. 17 league meetings with the Gunners without a victory. They're all ancillary details. The main fact today, Arsenal all together have come to Chelsea and won. They've done it on a day when they conceded a goal after 27 seconds. Later, the scorer of that goal, Ida Gudjohnsen, sent off. Patrick Vieira equalised. And Edu, in the end, won the points for Arsenal. Chelsea 1, Arsenal 2.
Well, we said it was a significant lunchtime because, of course, Manchester United are playing at this very moment. There's about a minute left in that game and it's still 1-1, so fairly significant all round. And what about that celebration from Arsenal? Something special today, wasn't it?
Yes, it was a solid performance in the second half, without a doubt. Last week you see them beat Chelsea by playing scintillating second half, attacking football. Reyes scores 2 wonder goals. This week it was different. They played within themselves, but they kept themselves very solid. It wasn't the flair Arsenal that we saw. We saw a back four that defended well. Keeper, Lehmann, excellent. And, you know, they're all in it together. They're showing that solidarity. A lot of teams have a huddle before the game. They're getting it at the end of the game, you know, and that's not a bad sign.
It's full time at Old Trafford, and the game has finished in a draw. Manchester United had loads of chances towards the end of the match. It has been a significant day for Manchester United, for Chelsea, and particularly for Arsenal. That's Scott Carson in goal for Leeds today, the understudy. So, the top of the table looks like this. It's a 7-point gap for Arsenal to Manchester United. At this stage last season, Arsenal had a 5-point lead. At 1 point last season, in fact in November, they had a 10-point lead. They still didn't win. They're in the box seat now, Glenn.
Oh, they're in the driving seat without any shadow of a doubt, and you know, they've got to lose it like they did last year. They threw it away last year, I think, down to injuries. But Chelsea today, to be fair, they kept going. They played well today. They've been pleased with their performance, but you know, after the Gudjonsson sending off, it was always going to be a difficult task against an Arsenal team in that mood, in the defensive mood that they put in there.
We'll talk about that sending off. We'll also talk about the goals from the first half when we come back. 2-1 to the referee. Some Chelsea fans behind us were chanting after that somewhat innocuous challenge led to a second yellow. He was off, but it was 2-1 to Arsenal. That's the statistic that matters today. They're top of the league by a long way.